We are regression testing the ASAM criteria software. We have the ASAM behavior model that we'll be testing. We have the new version that's in there. Thank you, Laura. So the first one we are going to do is, and I'll move my screen over here, the assessment 1 general information, and we're going to be testing off of the QA. So my first test patient, I'm going to create one, and he's going to be a Tony test patient here. Let's see if we can log back in. Looks like it's frozen. Logging in. All right, looks like we have an error. See if this is resolved by clearing out browser cache. Clear browsing data. I'm going to delete cookies and empty the cache. Alright, let's try that again. Go into QA after the cache has been cleared. Alright, that's what it was. Password leo.smith. Alright, so we'll create our patient. Patient will be Mr. Assessment 1, let's see, Mr. Regression test. A test. All right, so we've got our new patient. His name is Mr. Regression Test. We're going to create an assessment. The first item is general information, class of assessment. We have a highlighting on it, so it's required, but the only business rule is that this should update the percentage. So if I say intake, we should see the percentage update, and since there's 4 required fields, that should make it do 25%. And if I go back to null, nothing, and follow up. Good. But I'll do intake because that's a Joanne Jones thing. So same thing here. We'll check in person, should move it up to 50%. My phone. The only business rule or logic on this one again is that it's updating the percentage there. So we'll go back to in person, as that is the traditional method. Special interview circumstances. We skipped gender. Special circumstances, there's no rule or skip logic. We'll update it. This impacts the percentage complete. Yep, I moved up to 75%. Back down to 50. Terminated. Confused. I cannot select unable to respond. So let's So if I mouse, there's something over here. If I mouse over the fields, it's hard to get it. But if there's something interfering with the click area, I'm unable to respond. All right, let's just keep going. But that is updating that. So we'll write down click path. How long have I lived? No maximum number of digits. Let's just put in, let's see if I can do 1 year and 13 months. See if there's any rules there. All right, cool. It updates that. So 1 year and 12 months. All right, so the system seems smart enough on there. So do you own a residence by you or your family? And again, these have these two icons indicate that they're questions being asked, direct dialogue questions, whereas the ones with just a one person in there is more for the clinician's impression. Yes, I can do now. Controlled environment. As a resident, okay, that's Boolean. Now under number 7, save. Okay, it looks like, okay, so jail. So if I say if no, if else. So if jail selected, how many were spent in jail? There it says if other. There's a rule, there seems to be a click area issue. Can't quite get that there, but if other is selected, then above, then it looks like there's selected. You're supposed to put in how many days. Okay, if no is selected, let's go again. So if you select no, there no more branching. If you select anything other than no, the question or branch. Jail gives you, you have to answer 30 days. Same thing for alcohol, medical treatment, psychiatric treatment, and other. Other also gives you a text box. But we do have a click area on other. It appears that this text box is causing it. Okay. And how far into the call are we? Is that recording? All right. Be nice if we had a marker on this one to see where it was, but okay. So go back to no. Oh, we've got a field, so let's count the number of days. So we'll do jail of the past 30 days. Let's see if it just lets you put in 5. 5 is good, and we can check the spinners. The spinner seems to work nice. And let's write in something absurd. You can't do 31 days in the past 30 days. And we see how many fields we're spending. Must be between 1 and 30. Excellent. Oh, and it shows highlighted down there at the bottom. I really like that bottom crawler there. Now we got an other. Let's check out our lorem ipsum. And let's get a huge block and see if we can bust it. So let's see. It's right, 70 paragraphs. There's no way that a clinician would write that, but let's see. We've had issues in the past with field size. All right, here we go. Here's 72 paragraphs going into this field. Let's see what happens. Okay, an error has occurred. I'd expect that. Maybe we could come up with a better wording on it. So let's come up with something more reasonable. Let's say that the clinician just had 4 paragraphs. Error occurred. All right. We need some sort of feedback on that. Let's see, two paragraphs. All right. Let's do 1 paragraph. Work. All right. Let's get down to just sentences. How many sentences can we? Let's see if we can put in 4 sentences. Four sentences. So there is some sort of limitation. So we can use 4 sentences. Let's do 6 sentences. We cannot do 6 sentences. How about 5 sentences? Cannot do 5 sentences. It looks like we have a 4-sentence limit. Cannot do 4 sentences. Let's do 3 sentences. All right, next one, the only rule is that clicking this should bring us up to 100%. Get a green check mark. Yes. And I can switch it to no. I don't think there's a way to uncheck that. And then intake notes. Let's see if this can take 4 sentences. The other one can only do 3. Okay, intake notes 4 sentences. What about 4 paragraphs? write down. Okay, we cannot do 4 paragraphs. So we need to put in some sort of business rule feedback similar to 31 days. We want something like that. We need a business rule enforced on the screen. We cannot put in 4 paragraphs. Let's try 2 paragraphs. All right, we can do 2 paragraphs. What about 3 paragraphs? Okay, we can do 3 paragraphs, 4 paragraphs, kill it. Again, the business rule, we probably want to have it just match match what we do for the other logic items. So if the character exceeds the limitations of that field, instead of having an error, so let's see, I'm going to guess that's 12 sentences. All right, 16 sentences. Looking good. Good. All right, 26 sentences. All right, let's just say it can do, intake notes can do about 22. End of general information. So I'm going to go ahead and record this.